Indie Mogul.
Welcome to this week's Movie Math. Here are today's headlines. The iPad and what it means for movies. Resident Evil and Step Up take their franchises into a new dimension. Women casting coups. And of course, the weekend box office. Click on the story you want to watch or sit back and enjoy them all. Now let's get started. Saturday was an annoying day for Amazon as Apple launched its full-scale attack on the Kindle. Like the beaches of Normandy, every Apple store in America was besieged by people eager to get their hands on the giant iPod Touches. As for the rest of the world, most of you will get the iPad later this month. But while Apple has launched a new book section on iTunes, what makes the iPad really sexy is that you can watch movies on it. Sure, you can watch them on your iPods, but the screen is super small and it kind of sucks. Now it's like you can take the screen from JetBlue or Virgin America on the go. Plus, word is that the iPad's battery actually has some stamina. And in response, Hollywood is going iPad app crazy. Netflix already has an awesome new app that not only allows you to manage your queue, but to watch the many movies they have available for instant download. And with Netflix's ever-expanding instant library, with everything from current films to TV shows to classics, this is a great app since with the subscription you already have, you can stream as many movies as you want for free. There are also a number of TV apps being released as well, and of course you can download movies via the iTunes Store. But look for plenty of apps from the big studios to hit sooner rather than later, as this is the ultimate promotional tool. Because you know those screens they have in movie theater lobbies that play ads and trailers? You're now carrying one around. MTV Music's that the iPad will do for movies what the iPod did for music. What do you think? And for those of you who've just bought one, what are you watching on your shiny new toy? By the way, I must admit I have a special love for the iPad, as Apple featured BTT in their iTunes iPad tutorial. Thanks to all you eagle-eyed viewers who spotted it and gave me the heads up. As audiences recoil in horror at the crappy 3D and Warner Bros. Clash of the Titans this weekend, that's not stopping studios from pumping new 3D blood into their franchises. First up, the trailer for Resident Evil Afterlife was released at WonderCon this weekend, and it not only boasts 3D, but James Cameron 3D. Looks like Cameron is quickly becoming the master of the brand, but geez, the last thing that guy needs is another ego trip. However, he'll have reason to boast if 3D can do for Resident Evil what it did for the Final Destination franchise. 3D increased the fourth film's domestic box office and dramatically increased its overseas box office. Resident Evil already has impressive box office numbers, particularly overseas, so it's understandable that Sony would be excited to take it to the next dimension, even if this new trailer does look more ultraviolet than Resident Evil. Also, the trailer for Step Up 3D was released this week as well, revealing a new and innovative way to use the 3D medium. Step Up is also a franchise that has posted some impressive overseas box office numbers, and since 3D seems to be particularly effective at boosting overseas numbers, this is a smart move for Disney. What do you think? Is dance a good use of 3D? And are 3D comedies and dramas far behind? I, for one, can definitely imagine a world where American Pie 3D exists, but do I want to live in that world? While women had some juicy roles in the 1930s and 40s, those roles have been slowly disappearing over the years, with actresses reduced to silver screen decoration. True, Julia Roberts and Sandra Bullock are definite movie stars, but they've been restricted to rom-coms and family dramas like The Blind Side. Angelina Jolie has made some impressive strides into the action genre, and the success of recent movies like Alice in Wonderland and Monsters vs. Aliens have hinted at stronger female roles on the horizon. While a few more rays of light peeked through this week with several casting rumors. First off, it looks like I owe someone $1 gazillion, as Angelina Jolie, not Helena Bonham Carter, is being rumored to play Maleficent in Tim Burton's movie about the Sleeping Beauty villain. While I still think Bonham Carter is a better fit, Jolie is a better box office fit. Can Disney do for her what it's done for Johnny Depp? Let's just hope she doesn't camp it up like Susan Sarandon in Enchanted. Elsewhere, it was reported that Rachel Weisz might be playing the villain in the next James Bond movie. It would be nice to see a convincing female Bond villain after Sophie Marceau's weak turn in The World Is Not Enough. Plus, Weisz kind of looks like Kate Winslet, which should be inspiration for Winslet's newbie ex-husband and Bond 23 director, Sam Mendes. Finally, women haven't had much luck holding their own at the box office when it comes to comedies. Anna Faris had a decent showing with The House Bunny, which she produced herself along with Adam Sandler, the only guy in Hollywood who had faith in a female comedy. But Faris is getting a second shot as New Line wants her to star in their remake of Private Benjamin. The original Private Benjamin was a box office hit and was actually nominated for several Oscars, including Best Actress. Good luck, Faris. Tina Fey could use some company out there on the front lines.
Hey Indie Mogul, this is James Lee Films, and you're watching a 10-second trailer to my new short, Desolate.
3D, crappy storyline, whatever. Warner Brothers is laughing all the way to the bank this weekend as Clash of the Titans debuts at number 1 with $61.4 million. That makes it the second biggest April opening ever after last year's Fast and Furious. And as bland as Sam Worthington might be on screen, his box office numbers are very exciting. Worthington in special effects, BFF. Plus, Louis Leterrier has finally proven himself as a director in America, or as OSR winner Phoenix Tears points out, Michael Bay Jr. Another director proving himself this weekend is Tyler Perry, who enjoyed one of his strongest box office openings ever. Why Did I Get Married 2 came in at number 2, raking in $30.1 million. That's Perry's second biggest opening in an impressive career that spans just 5 years. But for some reason, while money usually talks in Hollywood, the only studio listening to Perry is Lionsgate. Not cool, Hollywood. And in third place is How to Train Your Dragon with $29.2 million, falling a reasonable 33% from its opening weekend. Up to $92 million so far, it's still trailing behind DreamWorks Animation's last 3 IMAX-tuned Monsters vs. Aliens. And that movie, despite being the 11th highest grossing movie of 2009, didn't make enough money in DreamWorks' opinion to warrant a sequel. In fact, How to Train Your Dragon's box office performance has led Wall Street to downgrade DreamWorks stock. All this bad news for what many feel is the studio's best animated movie yet. You got a lot of splaining to do, marketing department, because Clash of the Titans shows audiences are still willing to pay the big bucks for 3D. And finally, Miley Cyrus's box office voice cracked as the last song debuted at number 4 with $16 million. Well, the movie officially opened on Wednesday, giving it a $25.5 million gross in total so far. That's still a smaller debut than her 2 Hannah Montana movies. Disney will be keeping a close eye on the box office over the next few weeks to see if their puppet can indeed become a real movie star. And that's this week's Movie Math. As always, thanks for watching. And if you want my review of Clash of the Titans, check out my Facebook page in the notes section. I'm Grace Randolph, and we just did some movie math.
Subscribe, comment, rate it.